crafty peeps. So today is our fourth Craftology box tutorial, and I'm super excited about this one. So what are we going to make? We are going to make a heart loaded envelope. Okay, so this little printout, all I did was use my art glitter glue that's sold in Tamara's store, and I glued it onto here, and I wanted to make sure that I left a lot of that black line from the printable. And I'm gonna put it on cards. I just glued it onto my, this is like a thin chipboard, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to have to keep on printing these, and so I've just making myself a little template, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then I'm going to decide which papers I'm going to use. And I'm about to give you the measurement of this in just a minute once I finish cutting it out. This is a little bit of a smaller one, but the printable said that it would fit an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It does. It just, when I try to print it at the size that it was, oh, I'm making a mess here. Hold on. I'm going to cut some of this out. It's in my way. I had to shrink it down so that it wouldn't crop it. So of course that drives me crazy when digital printables are made incorrectly, but it is what it is. So this is going to be a little bit smaller than I wanted because I am too lazy to make a digital heart of my own. So I have to suffer the consequences. Okay. So I am done cutting it out. And I'm going to look on the back and see if I need to trim up these edges a little bit, making them a little bit smoother maybe. They're looking a little cray-cray there. Okay, now I'm going to decide what papers I want to use. So I'm going to do two different ones. My back, of course. I'm going to use the plain, and I apologize if you can't hear me. Sorry, I'm leaning down to grab my red paper. I'm just going to use some plain red cardstock. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and trace that and cut it out. And then I really love this paper from our collection. This is Authentique Beloved. Oh, hold on. Okay, like, is this not stinking cute? I love the paper airplanes. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Okay. Or, I don't know. I really like this one a lot too. Nah, I think I'm going to use the paper airplanes. I want more of a solid, you know, color on here. Not too many different colors going on. Don't want to cray-cray. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trace these and cut these out. And then I'll be back because we're going to need to make some strips so that we can actually make it expandable, okay? Because we want to be able to fit some stuff in here, you know, like our embellishments and things. So I will be right back. Okay, so I forgot to tell you what the measurement of the heart is. The heart is approximately 7 inches by 6.5 inches in length. So that's a pretty decent size. I really wanted it to be a little bit bigger, but we're going to work with it. So I have my two cut out, and now I want to make this a accordion pocket. Okay, so I'm going to get some scrap paper that I have, and I'm going to score it at 3/8, 3/4, 1 1/8, and 1 1/2. Now this is 8 1/2, so I think I need to score it. Hold on one second. Let me cut this off first, and then I'll be able to give you the next measurement. I just want to basically fold it in half, but if you want to score it, you can. If you're going to score it, you would score it at 5 1/2, okay? And then you would just cut it down the center. Okay. Now, let me get this back out again. I love my little score pal mat. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and accordion fold. So it's going to be just basically up, down, and up and down. And then I'm going to get my, whoops, make sure I'm doing that right. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get my bone folder and did I not do those measurements right? That seems odd. No, it's right. Okay. Sorry about that. I will now use my bone folder in between each one to make sure that it's lining up properly. And now it is. So it was just my bad. Okay, so now we want to, basically you can tape this on here or you can use your glue, but we're wanting to make this kind of like a little pocket. And I'm going to, I probably don't even need that much. I apologize. Let's see here. We're going to use, it's about 3 3/4. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue. Let's make sure it's going to come out this morning. It is really cold here, I'm telling you. So I'm just going to, make sure that it's not like poking out because I don't want it to, I would shape it, but for some odd reason this paper is heavier stock than I wanted it to be. So again, I'll cut this one at 3 3/4. Well, about that anyway. Yeah. And do my other side. Maybe it's because I've never done an accordion pocket envelope this large with a shape on it. So I think that's probably what my deal is. And then you can just wipe up any of your excess glue here. Make sure you burnish it in so it sticks in there good. Doesn't have any lifting. And I might even actually, nah. Yes, I will. Okay, I'll change my mind. I'm going to tape this just a tiny bit in this corner to get it to stay together. So it makes it easier when I'm putting it down. So I'm just going to take a little strip of tape and I'm actually going to cut up anything that's hanging over. So I know this is going to look rough here, but this is probably the worst washi tape in the world for me to be using. It's not very sturdy. In fact, I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to use my 3M. I just don't trust this. It's not going to stay. Anytime you use cheap washi tape, it's not going to work. And I really just need a little strip. Because the glue is actually going to do the real work for me. I'm just trying to get this moment. Well, we could even do this. This is even better. Then I know it's going to stay because I love this glue. And if you have any of the tape hanging over the edge, just go ahead and cut that off. Okay. And then if you have anything coming outside of your heart, just flip it over, press these down, and if there's anything coming on the outside, go ahead and cut that off. It'll be okay, I promise. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue down here. I'm going to make sure I use plenty of glue because I want it to work and stick and stay. This would probably be better with the same color as what you're using, but I'm just going with what I have here. So I apologize for that. And I'm just lining it up. And then once it's down good, I can go ahead and secure it by burnishing it in. And if there's any glue that's coming out, you can go ahead and wipe that up. But this is our little pocket so far, so I think it's turning out really cute. Still not too excited about this piece popping out here. I didn't notice that earlier. I'm going to go ahead and cut off that excess here. And I may even use my glue gun and glue it down at this tip here, just to make sure that it stays down and you can't see the brown paper underneath. All I needed was that expansion enough to be able to add more things in here. And I'm going to be right back because I've got to turn on my glue gun. Okay, so I did take my glue gun and I just kind of put a little bit of glue down here just to make it a little bit tighter, and I did do a little bit up here where it actually doesn't have any of that accordion stuff there, and I just did a little dab of glue there. And I'm going to go ahead and do another small little dab right here, and I'm going to brush, or excuse me, wipe off any excess. Okay. So now I'm really liking how my little pocket is coming out here. I think it's looking really super cute. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and distress ink around it. I did do a little bit, but I'm wanting to do it a little bit heavier. So I'm going to use my little brush here. And I'm just going to smooth it on there. And I love this little brush here. I will put a link down below where you can purchase these. And it comes with a set of 10. And I think that 5 are pretty much ones that you could use, and you could save the others for smaller projects. But I'll put those below. They're pretty inexpensive, but it really blends in very well, and it just makes this like ink on, you know, this is like butter on paper. That's all I gotta say. The ink is amazing for this. So, and I wouldn't use pigment ink because then it will stain your brushes, and it's a permanent ink. So this is just the dyes. So I really love this. Okay. And by the way, this is it's like an artist's brush, ARTIS, and they are makeup brushes, but I realized that you could use it for this too, and I absolutely love it. These are really fine microfiber hairs, and it's very thick and dense bunched in here, so it's really amazing. And there is a brush cleaning mat too if you want it. You just use a tiny little bit of foam soap that doesn't have any alcohol in it, just a real gentle cleansing foam soap, or you could use Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo and just a tiny bit of that, and these will clean very easily. So you could intermix them with the other inks, so they're reusable totally over and over and over again. They're just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to get out some score tape, and I got my little lace for my kit yesterday, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead, and I really want to put this around I'm going to make this really frou-frou. So if you don't like yours really frou-frou, you might not want to do this. Oops. Hold on. This is a little too thick. I need 1/8 inch, and I'm out of it. Okay, well, maybe we will use our glue gun. Wasn't wanting to do that, but so I'm just going to do a little bit at a time, because I'm going to do that little bunching up thing that I normally do, where I just kind of overlap it a little bit. Let me get out my glue mat so I don't ruin my score pal here. And I'm just going to keep on working along the edges till I'm finished. And I'll just show you a little bit more, and then I'll probably fast forward this. Okay, crafty peeps. So I went ahead and did this off camera. I got this pom-pom fringe from the Target dollar spot. And so we are making this like super uber frou-frou. Okay. I think that this almost borderline gaudy for me, but I'm kind of liking it. So, so far we've got our little pocket here so far. Oops, this little thingy came undone. I tell you what, it is cold here, but it is humid. And when it is, for some odd reason, things just come apart so easily. So I'm going to glue that up again real quick. Or maybe I didn't put enough glue the first time. I don't know. But let me wipe some of that up. Okay, so, and I will clean all of the glue stuff and everything later on. I'll just use my heat gun to clean up all my little glue mess. But I think it's looking pretty cute so far. So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting out a bunch of little smaller hearts. And I think I'm going to make a little heart wand that will go in here. And I got these from my local Daiso. But I bet you they have them at, or wait, no, I don't even think this was Daiso. I think this was Walmart. But anyway, they're just little pink and white polka dot straws. So I thought I would use these to make my little straw, my heart wand. And I've got my flowers from the kit. I absolutely love these. And then we have this really cute heart ribbon. I love that. And then we also have some of this black lace. I'm not sure I'm going to use all of this on the same exact project. I doubt that I will, because I want to make other things too. But this is just the first portion of this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and think about what I'm going to do next. I think I'm just going to make a bunch of little hearts. I got that little heart die, so for my wand, and also maybe some other little decorations in here. I don't know yet. But I'll be back in just a minute. Hello, crafty peeps. I'm back. So far I have fussy cut one of my tags, and I have my little guy ready to go here to be placed on top of my heart pocket or loaded envelope, shall I say. And then I have made, and this we did on our live show the other day, or this past weekend, Saturday as a matter of fact, on our Facebook page, Coffee Talk with Country Craft Creations. I showed this little faux tea bag bookmark, and what I did is I used hearts instead of making it look like a tea bag. And I used just some baker's twine from my stash that I got from, I think this was gifted to me as a matter of fact. And then I have a little heart tag that I made really simple. And then I also made a little heart wand, and that was really simple too. I'll go over this with you really quickly. The dies that I used, but this is just simple. Using a little straw. I think I got these at Walmart. I think they were only like $1 or something, but pretty cheap. And then this is some of the ribbon from our collection. I used some stickles from one of our past Craftology box kits. And then I used one of these little heart stickers, gems that we got in our collection too. And this is some of our seam binding from our kit also. So, oh, and I also made a little key, which you will have a key in your kit or two. And basically I just painted mine with red chalk paint. Made a little baker's twine bow, and I added a little acrylic rose from my stash. So that turned out really cute. So we're just making little mini embellishments for this right now. Let's see. So today I'm going to do a little mini frame embellishment, and the stamp I'm going to use is from Tamara Store. This is the Mama's Day Julie Nutting stamp, and I really like this little one that says love. So I'm going to do that. Also, these are from last year's kit, Forever and Love, or no, they weren't from a kit, but I know Tamara sold these in her store. I'm pretty sure she could still get these, so you might want to ask her. But these are the Cartabella dies, or no, one's Echo Park, I apologize, and the other one is Cartabella. So let's get started on this. So if you want to keep it white, I'm actually going to make two, and I'm thinking one of these I do want to paint. So you could use your gesso paint and then spray it with any color you want to, or you could use chalk paint. But I'm going to start off with my background. The first thing I want to do is make my little tag, and I love this little ticket tag that says love on here, and I thought that went really well. I would use a little pop, but I think that it's too big for this particular thing. I'm going to get some white craft paper and my black pigment ink, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to straighten that out there for right now and put that on there. And I had some white craft paper here a minute ago. Where did it go? I just grabbed some craft paper from my stash, and I'm going to look and see where this stamp hits right here before I line it up. So now I know. And I actually don't even need to do it that far in. Let's pull it back a little bit. That looks about right. And I'm just going to go ahead and pat it on here. And I'm going to hold my paper in place because it will move. And press real hard. And it looks really super cute to me. So that one worked. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it out. I'm going to remove my tag and wipe it clean with a wipey and set it aside to dry. And finish cutting this out. I normally like to set it aside for a minute to let it dry, but for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and keep working with it. And then I'm going to grab my little Julie Netting watercolor pencils that Tamara sells in her store. And I'm going to use this little, it's like a blush pink to me. It's number 8. So I'm just going to go ahead and color it in. And hopefully this ink is dry enough for me to do this. That's why I usually wait a minute or two. Okay, and that's it for that. Sorry, just trying to keep my area clean. Now I'm going to measure my window, which looks like it is, on my cheat sheet here, 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. So I'm going to get some decorative paper from our paper collection. And I'm thinking I really like this one with the pink hearts. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. And I'm going to cut it at 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. Perfect. So now I'm going to get my art glitter glue. And I'm sorry, I haven't been in here in a couple days, so it needs to, I'm going to warm it up a little bit in my hands. Just go around the edges. And I'm going to peel off these little sticker backings on here, or try to. They're on there pretty good. And then I'm going to place it down here. You could use your glue gun. I think that this art glitter glue is going to work pretty good and serve its purpose for me. And I'm just making sure my hearts are aligned and straight up, so it's looking pretty cute here so far. And I might even grab out my Prima Distresser and distress this up a little bit, maybe make it look a little old-fashioned. And then I'm going to use one of my little cake ball rollers and give it some depth here. Oops. You know, I'm going to roll it this way first and work it in there. There we go. So I'm not getting any bent paper in there. And I'm not sure if I like that. I think I creased it too much and I don't like that. So I'm going to use my bone folder to get rid of the creases and try that again. There we go. That's a little better. So now I'm just going to get my glue gun and I'm going to place this little baby on an angle. And I'm even going to get out one of my little flowers from our kit and put that baby on there because I think they look so cute. And if you want to spray this a color, you can. I'm just going to leave it white. I'm just going to glue that on there. I'm going to go ahead and go right here on this corner. And so now we have a little mini frame embellishment. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next one. And this is almost the same theory as that one. This came from the Recollections. They were only maybe $3.99, and then of course, you know, I got them while they were 50% off at Hobby Lobby. So, or you could use anything, but I kind of like this little bird cage, and I like it because it has the hearts in there. So you could paint this if you want to. I kind of like the white color. I cut out another heart, and I'm hoping I did this right because I'm going to make another tag here, I think. Let me see. Do I want another tag? I think that this heart is a little bit big. Okay, I'm going to punch out another heart. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually decided to layer my die and make a little tag, and I'm going to put this on the tag. So I'm going to first distress ink my edges. And kind of brown it up a little, get it a little darker in there, make it look a little vintage. There we go. And I'm going to distress it a little bit more and rough up my edges. It's looking pretty good. Let me dust that off a little bit. Just going to apply my glue around the edges and in the middle so that there's no lifting. Oops. And I'm going to center it. And that looks pretty darn good to me. I'm going to get my bone folder and burnish it in. If I have any glue hanging out, I'm going to lift it up. And I'm really liking how it's going to look so far. But you know what? I just realized something. Since I decided to do the white background, I need to make this a little bit pink. So I'm going to grab some let me see if I have some out here. Some ink. Give me 1 second. I got to get in my drawer here. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of my shimmer paint Need to get out my mat because I'm afraid of getting my little board full of ink. Now this is a brush that actually has water inside it, and I really like these. And this shimmer paint is called First Blush. And I'm just going to lightly paint it on there and fill in all the crevices of this, just to give it a little bit of some color. And I'm not trying to add too much water to this, and it looks like I did because it's coming on a little bit lighter than I want. So I may have to actually dab some of this up and start over. So how I do that is I lean the brush back this way and kind of work upside down, and that's about the best way I can make sure there's not more water than needs to be. Now you have a couple choices. You can let this air dry. You can dry it with your heat gun. I'm not going to dry it with my heat gun. I'm just going to let it dry on its own. And in the meantime, I can start working on my other frame that I wanted to do. So I really like this one too. And do I want this a darker color? I don't know yet. But I do know that I can use the opposite side of the other one that I used, which is this hearts, and I think that's really cute. And I'm kind of liking the floral portion of it. So let me go ahead. Oops, it got wet, darn it. I gotta clean that all up. Uh-oh. Well, it is what it is now, huh? Again, I can do the same thing back here. You can either leave the tape on or you can take it off. I'm just going to take it off. And then I'm going to use my glue gun. Make sure that fits, and it does. And just go all the way around in the circle. And then place it down here. And then the excess I can just trim off with my scissors. Now if you want it to be perfect, you could use a regular circle. Okay, now, so what am I going to put in the center of this one? I could just do a flower. I could put a flower again on the side. Whoops. I could put some gems in there. Let's see how that will look. I'm not so sure about that. Let's see what we got here. I'm thinking I definitely like the flower on the corner, but I did that on my other one, and so I'm not so sure I want to do that. I could use some acrylic roses. I think I'll do that. I've got a couple little blue ones. Could put blue ones all the way around it, and that would be cute too. But I'm not sure I want to do that. Okay, so I decided to use some of my black lace. I'm back on the other embellishment. Some black lace here that's from our kit, and I think this will look really pretty going across here. So I'm just going to actually cut a little extra off and see if that, I think I did a little too much, but if I get it just right, you know what? I'll probably glue it on here first. That just makes sense. So I'm going to get my art glitter glue. And I'm going to run a line across the center here where it won't be seen as much. And a little bit along there on the bottom and top. And especially along my edge here. That's what I love about that fine point. And put my little pin back in there. And then just gently place it on here where approximately I want it. My hands are a little bit sticky now. So I'm going to pull it and push down. And then I'm just going to cut off around my edges. And I'm kind of holding it because I probably need to put a little bit more glue down. But because I'm like pressing it with my finger to make sure it's staying in place. But mostly it's down there good, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. And then if you want to put a bow up here, you can. I'm not so sure if I'm going to do that yet. I have my little bird embellishment, but I know I want to add a flower to this too. And I'm really liking this pink one. So maybe something like, I'm going to have to cut some of this off the back. Yuck. I don't like that. So hopefully I can cut that off. There we go. That's okay. I may have to layer this on here again. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking that. And it's already got some glue on there, so I'm going to have to keep it there. But I really like that. Get rid of my strings. Let me see. Do I want it like that? Yeah, I think I like it like that. You don't need too much glue to put these down. I mean, really doesn't take that much. And so now I have another little tag embellishment, and I really like that little shabby chic look there. I think it's real pretty. So those are my other embellishments. I hope that you like them. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything here. You can attach these embellishments on another heart, which is what I plan on doing if I can find my, what was I going to do? There's my little key. So you can basically just put these with some foam backing on there and just put it right on there. And then that's really cute all in itself. I just got to, you know, ink this up around the edges. And so that is my little embellishments for that. Now I can just go ahead and finish my loaded envelope right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and ink, move some of this out of the way. I apologize. Got a hot mess going on here. Just going to ink some of this up. So I'm going to just put my little guy down there and glue him on real quickly. And then I can just add my flowers from my kit. And I'm liking that. Oops. Maybe I'll do it like this. I'm going to use some flowers from my stash, maybe. Thinking I'm like that. And then I have some leaves from my stash that I can add in here too. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not my wire cutter either. Goodness. So I think I'll just add that one in there. Roll this one up too. So I kind of like to put my biggest ones near the leaves, and then I'll just work in my smaller ones. You know, just kind of fit them in there. And that's how I like to, you know, layer my flowers in there. That's looking real pretty. And then I'm thinking if I have enough beads or pearls, flat back pearls to go around here, I might use some of those in here too. So let me figure that out real fast. I might even, because I know I already put him down, but I could add a little bit of lace in through here. Ooh, I kind of like that. So I can go ahead and do that and tuck whatever I have out. Whatever I have left over underneath, hopefully, if I didn't glue it down too much. Might need to take a little bit more off. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I did before and run my glue along these, you know, darker edges so that it can't be seen, although it dries clear anyway, so you really don't have to worry about it. I'm going to tuck that underneath there. Oops, well, so much for that. I'll have to do that again. But it will dry on here nice and clear, so don't be scared, don't be scared. I am making a hot mess, huh? It would have been a lot easier had I done it first. But I'm not going to worry about it because it is going to dry on there nice and clear. And you'll see that in a moment. Then I got to add another little piece in through here to line it up. And I'm just going to cut off that little portion right there. Let me see, that looks pretty good. It looks pretty darn good to me. So I can press that down now. And it'll dry pretty quickly. See, I'm already liking how it's looking. Super cute. Maybe I could add another white flower up in here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just to cover up that little space there. I know I'm going crazy with the flowers, but you know it is Valentine's. So we may as well. Okay, I'm back. So we are almost done with this tutorial, and since I stepped away from it for a day, I was able to come up with some more ideas because I just didn't feel like I had enough going on in my loaded envelope. So I've added my flowers, of course. Two of them were from my stash, and the leaves were from my stash, but these came in our kit, of course. And then I used our vellum, and I used these designer dies that I talked about earlier from Echo Park and Cartabella from last year's Craftology box. And I went ahead and cut out some of the letters which spell love. And I also thought too, if you had an extra L, if you made an extra L and an O, you could do LOL or something like that. So you have like a cute little arrow, a cute little heart, and then like a little tag. So I thought these were really sweet. And I think these will be cute to put on here. But I was thinking about it, and I've decided to attach, I'm sorry, I'm going to move these out of the way real fast. My little embellishments that I've made, I went ahead and I finally found my Tombow puffy tape, or whatever you want to call it, your foam tape. And I'm going to go ahead and attach my embellishments on here. And I thought this would be super cute. And I went and did one on the back of this one. And these are like, I just put them on lightly just to hold them down. Here's my little key. And then I went ahead and did this on the back of this one. Okay. And I thought, oh, that looks, you know, really super precious. And so now it's all one piece. And then they can just take the embellishments off and use them on other projects if they want to, like a mini album or something, or a card. So let's see here. So now we have, okay, so this is the end of the tutorial for today. I just wanted to let you know some of the things that I figured out for myself. One, don't use stickles on vellum. What happens is it makes it wrinkle and shrivel up for some odd reason. I'm not really sure why, because it says it's acid free. But and then another thing too is if you're going to use vellum and put it on top of a similar colored cardstock, like I did with a Forever, and of course it's covered up now with black cardstock, but it ended up, you couldn't really see it. So my suggestion is if you're going to use anything with vellum, I would use your score tape, so you won't have a whole lot of those issues. But I really love how everything turned out. I love my little heart bookmark. I like the little paper clip that we've made, my little heart wand, my heart tag, and then of course my little baggie, cellophane baggie of embellishments that I made. So I hope you all like this tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me on here or email me at blackbirdfarmsboutique@gmail.com. And don't forget to join my Facebook page, Blackbird Farms Boutique. I think it's called Blackbird Farms Boutique Facebook page. I don't know, or Facebook group. But anyway, and also don't forget to join us on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And we also have new live shows that we do 6 days out of the week, both on Scrapbookers and Coffee Talk, which is another Facebook group, Coffee Talk of Country Craft Creations. I'll put all those links down below, along with the brush here and the dies if you're interested. So I hope you all have a wonderful and fabulous day. Y'all take care. Bye. Mwah.